Welcome. There we go. There I am. Welcome to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Show. I'm here with Coach Matt Mumme of the LaGrange College Panthers, and we are ready to kick off another season. Coach, I am excited about what we got planned for this year, the season to come, and all the. I can't wait to talk about all the stuff y'all did over the summer. But first of all, it's just great to see you, and hope you had a great summer.
Yeah, this is great. And I tell you what, the 2016 season, year has just been on a fast pace. I feel like we just ended last year, and it's exciting. It's great to be getting lined back up again, and I know it's exciting for our kids to be back, and they're fired up and ready to get going this year.
A lot of people they know about high school sports. They know a little bit about college sports, what they see and they read in the media. But going back into the spring, y'all had your signing days. You kind of lock it in your recruiting class. Your coaches did an amazing job of getting out there and bringing some quality players to LaGrange College.
Yeah, we really did. My staff, they do an excellent job in every facet of what I have to ask them to do. And we brought in around 74 guys this year. And, of course, I think we had 62 freshmen and around, 12, 13, 14 transfers. So really did a good job of filling in some spots that we needed to, but also ensuring with a team, with a team number around 140, not to have just a lot of guys stacked up in one spot either. So we're making sure that guys are in there and they're able to compete for spots.
Now, when we talk about a number that large, those guys are getting opportunities beyond just the varsity. They're getting a chance to be seen at the JV level as well. So they're not just sitting around with their finger up their nose. They're actually getting some quality reps.
Right. For all those people out there that don't understand the D3 model is, we don't redshirt. So we're not like Auburn and Georgia and Alabama where you get a freshman and you say, all right, you're going to sit on the bench and you're going to redshirt for a year, kind of grow up, and then you're going to play. Here it's just too much money to ask those families to pay for another year, a fifth year. And so realistically, these young men need to play, and they need to play right away. And so success is built in repetition, and the more they do something, the better they're going to be. So if they're not playing on Saturday, they're definitely going to play on Sunday.
That's awesome. We're going to take our first break. We come back, we're going to break down the summer, let you know what Coach and his staff are doing, talk about some things that happened around this area, even over into Tuscaloosa last night, and get you ready for the start of the season in just a moment. Right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. And, Coach, y'all had a busy time between the end of the season last year and even the recruiting season. Spring break last year, y'all did something really unique, getting to go down to Panama City. Now, not Panama City, Florida. Y'all didn't just go down and hang out at Spinnaker. Y'all actually went down to Panama City down in South America.
Yeah, I got a call right after the football season was over from a guy in Atlanta. Was the connection. The president of the Kiwanis Club down in Panama City, Panama, had been looking for college coaches to come down and coach their young men and their kids in the game of American football. And they haven't had a lot of luck getting anybody. Mm-hmm. And so when they called me up, I said, well, are y'all going to take care, are you going to take care of my staff? Are you going to bring us all down there and put us up? And they said, by all means, we're going to. And they were going to pay all my coaches a little fee for doing it. And we were all over it. We jumped on board. A lot of the logistics were very last minute. They got our plane tickets literally like 6 days before we were supposed to leave. So we were all kind of in the, oh my gosh, are we really going? Are we not going? What's it going to be like? I know my wife, Phaedra, who's here, was like, I don't know about this. You're going all the way down to Central America. And I said, no, it's going to be good. It's going to be great for the kids. And we went down there, and we had a blast. We were down there for 4 days, and we got to coach the kids for 3 days. And lo and behold, one of the tight end kids that was in the camp is now here at LaGrange College and is a tight end for us on the team.
How cool is that? So, really ambassadors, not just for the game, but for, the United States going down there and working with these kids.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is they have some talent. Mm-hmm. That's what impressed me more than anything. I got down, I really was not that optimistic that we would go down there and say, oh, you know what, I want to bring this guy back to America.
Or find a kicker.
Yeah, and well, that's true too. But they were, and they were more developed than I thought they were. And the young man that we got, the tight end, I mean, he's a 6'3.5" kid, and he weighs 200 pounds, and he's got great hands. They're just raw, and what they need more coaches from America to come down there and teach their coaches how to coach them.
Right.
But in Panama, American football has been around since the 70s.
Really?
So it's actually been around quite a while. They just haven't had that much attention.
Well, you tend to think that soccer rules the world in there, and of course, comparatively, it's much more powerful. But it's good to see American football getting a little handhold in down there.
No doubt.
Well, Coach, we're going to talk more about the summer program and things. But there's something really special I want to mention before we go to our next break. You've dedicated your season in the Grange College Panther football season to a young lady, Gracie Atkins. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, so my wife and I have had the opportunity to meet Gracie and her family. And Gracie was diagnosed back in, I believe it was like end of February, beginning of March, with a very rare form of liver cancer. And Gracie is 9 years old, and she goes to Franklin Forest. And it's a very debilitating cancer. And she had to have a liver transplant, which she actually got, and so that's great. And little Gracie is actually going through her last chemo treatment last night and tonight.
Okay.
And so, the light at the end of the tunnel is there for her. And so we're really excited for her. And I tell you, every time I'm around this little girl, I mean, she has the most amazing smile. It's so infectious. I mean, people around her just smile when she smiles. And this is a little girl that has been pumped full of chemo and drugs that really just, makes you feel bad.
Sure.
And so it's amazing how strong she's been through this process, and hopefully her and her mother are out there listening and just I know our team has fallen in love with not only Gracie, but little Noah is her brother, who's 2 years older than her, and he's been around. He actually made the trip with us last night to Alabama, and she's just an inspiration.
Well, and even to think about what she has faced and how she's overcome the little things about exhaustion, or I'm tired, or I don't want to go another rep. If you can understand the young lady's fighting that, you can go ahead and strap it on and go one more play as well.
Without a doubt, and that's what we've told our team. We're like, guys, she is fighting life or death. Mm-hmm. You are fighting winning a football game.
Yeah.
And so what's really cool is we asked Gracie we're putting a sticker on the back of our helmets with her initials on it, and she's actually creating the sticker.
No way.
So
That's
it's
cool.
Really going to be a neat deal, and Mud Creek's actually going to produce it for us, so it's going to be cool.
That's excellent. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll talk about, we mentioned Alabama and last night. We'll talk about what's happening there and look ahead to the rest of the season. Right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Great dining starts at Mare Sol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Mare Sol is here for you. Mare Sol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at maresolrestaurant.com. When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Students at LaGrange College travel to places like London, Tokyo, and the jungles of Costa Rica through our Study Away commitment. First-year freshmen are provided a voucher worth up to $2,500 for an off-campus travel experience their junior or senior year. Attend college close to home and still see the world at LaGrange College. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show. I'm Jack Mormon, joined by Coach Matt Mumme. And Coach, we were talking a little bit about some special things that happened over the course of the summer. Now, how does the summer work for the guys? I know you want them ready when they come into practices. What do you expect of your guys as they get ready to come in as the school year starts?
Yeah, we would love for them to stay around and work out here, but it's just not cost effective for them all to do that. So most of them are going to go home and work jobs. And, the main thing you can hope for is when they get out of school in May is, you give them a workout program and you tell them to run, you tell them to work out, and you hope they stay focused and do what they're supposed to show up in August and be ready to go. But the other thing is if, Connor McNamee, we've just promoted him to our O-line coach. I'm like Coach as you right now. I'm getting rid of a coach every year. He's moving up the ranks. So Connor McNamee is a guy that was my GA, who's now my O-line coach, and he was my strength coordinator in the spring. And he did an excellent job of getting the guys really conditioned and a lot stronger in the spring so that when they went home in May, we knew they couldn't mess anything up within 2 months.
Right.
They were going to be able to come back and they would still be stronger and more conditions. You just hope that they kind of continued that all summer.
Well, they came back, I guess, how long y'all been going, about 2 weeks?
Yeah, we're right about 12 days, 14 practices in now. So
now, are there restrictions y'all have with D3 ball about how, I'm sure there are, about when you can practice and how many practices you can have a day in shells and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, there's acclimation period where you got to wear just helmets for the first 3 days, and then there's shells where you wear helmets and shoulder pads for 2 days, and then you get to go full go. But in the college game, most of us don't. Most of the time we're just in uppers and helmets. We don't do a lot of. We've tackled 3 times in 14 practices. So most of the time they're college football players. They know how to tackle. They know how to throw. They know how to run the ball. So it's just a matter of getting them into the concepts.
Well, you're exactly right. Getting the mind game going again. The physical, you would hope would still be there because, again, they're coming out of high school. You've recruited them there. You've seen what kind of skill level they have. It's just getting them into the system that you have at LaGrange College. Then, of course, last night was a big night because y'all traveled to now John Hughes tried to tell me that y'all were going to take on the University of Alabama. I said, no, I don't think so. But y'all did travel to
I don't think we want any part of that.
No, maybe. But y'all did go to Tuscaloosa to the indoor facility that they had there, and you took on a pretty special fella and his team.
Yeah, Nick Saban and Dad are real good friends, and I've had the opportunity to meet Nick Saban a few times, and he's been great. The last 2 years he's let us come over there and use their facilities, and that's not something a lot of D1 schools, open their doors for, and they don't charge us anything, and so it was great. So, yeah, we go over there, and my dad and I, when he took over the Belhaven program 3 years ago, we kind of laughed at each other and said, well, we really need to play each other in season, but there was just not that magic time for us to make it happen. And so what we've done is we do a scrimmage against each other because we both know what we want to get out of it.
Right.
And we know that both of our teams will take care of each other and hopefully come out of it without any injuries. And so, he's 64 years old, and they just wrote a book about him. And I kind of feel for him. So I pulled my starters, and I let him win the game. So
Oh, I'm sure we'll get a text in a minute about your dad saying, I don't know about that. But, the guys did get to – it's also always good the first time you get to hit somebody that's not on your team.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, to start the game, they were really cranked. I mean, it was, Dad's team was over there yelling and screaming. My guys were getting fired up. And so, it was great to see the energy in the building. And there was a lot of parents there, and it was, it was a lot of fun. So
now, y'all have talk about the younger players. You got the President's Provost game coming up this week. Is that right?
Yeah, and I tell you what, LaGrange College is really making a huge deal out of this. I mean, it's really gotten to be, last year we created a trophy for it, and the president won. So it's a constant yearly battle.
On.
Oh yeah,
it's on.
That trophy sits in the middle of Dr. Alexander's staff table and slaps, Dr. Garrison in the face right now. So I know Dr. Garrison is definitely ready for Saturday night at 8 o'clock at Callaway Stadium. They'll have the President versus Provost game, which is all of our freshmen and some of our younger players will compete against each other. And we've tried to evenly divide the teams up, and they'll get after it, and we'll get to see what they're made of.
Well, it's a lot of fun. We kept talking about your dad. We just kind of referred to him, but your dad is Hal Mumme. Break down his resume just a little bit real quick.
Oh, Lord. 14 moves. It might take a while.
Just hit the high points.
Started out as offense coordinator in the Division I college ranks. Took over as a head coach in the mid-'80s and was a head coach at Iowa Wesleyan College. Took over a program that was dying there. 3 years of winning. Ended up at Valdosta State for all the Georgia people and was at Valdosta State for 5 years. Turned them into a number one ranked team, Gulf South Conference champions, and then got to make the big jump. C.M. Newton, the AD at Kentucky, flew down on his plane to see Dad in Valdosta and said, look, we're looking for a change at the University of Kentucky, and we need an identity. We need something that can be done in the SEC that can give us some kind of advantage, because we're not the bigger and faster of the schools. And so Dad took the air raid show up there and threw the heck out of the ball, and Tim Couch was his quarterback in the first 2 years and ended up being a number one draft pick in the NFL. And we won a lot of football games. Yeah. We went to back-to-back bowls. We went to the Outback Bowl when I was a senior and played Penn State and Joe Paterno and just did a tremendous job. And everywhere Dad's gone, he's really kind of taken over the underdogs programs that really nobody else would take. Nobody wanted that job. And he's given them hope and given them a chance to win ball games.
That's excellent. It's a great legacy that he's left, and also what you're doing for LaGrange College. We're excited about that as well. We've got a few more minutes. We're going to step away, and we're going to come back and talk about some players to watch this season, who you need to be listening for and watching for as you come out to the stadium to watch the LaGrange College Panthers. Let's take a break. You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show right here on Eagle Sports.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Every Everywhere you look on your campus, some event is happening, and that's the way you want it. But keeping your active campus clean and looking its best isn't easy. Nonetheless, National makes it look easy. Low staff turnover and a commitment to excellence allow National to ensure your campus from top to bottom, inside and out, is always perfect and spotless. Parents and students alike give us a 4.0, and we settle for nothing less. You'll like having National on the job.
Visit us at teamnational.com to see what National can do for you.
Great dining starts at Mare Sol on Main Street in LaGrange. Open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner. Locally owned and operated by Charles and Chase Hudson, who have created a fun atmosphere with delicious food for you and your family. So no matter if you're out with friends and want to visit at the bar or sit down for a family meal, Mare Sol is here for you. Mare Sol, Main Street, LaGrange, on Facebook and on the web at maresolrestaurant.com.
You're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid. I've got my glasses messed up. I can't. I'm Colonel Klink from Hogan's Heroes now. But, Coach, we're talking about the year upcoming, and you got a lot of returners. You got 18 seniors this year, 16 guys coming that had played previously in their positions. Talk a little bit about some of the guys. Let's start with the quarterback, Connor Blair.
Yeah, Connor will be going into his junior year, and obviously we're expecting bigger things from him this year now that he's got a year under his belt. And Connor learned a lot of hard lessons last year.
Yeah.
I mean, he learned where not to throw the ball, and he learned where to throw the ball. And so that's a lot of it, growing up as a passing quarterback. The one thing we do is when we throw it 50 times a game, if he throws an interception or two, we're not going to stop throwing it.
Right.
We're going to keep throwing it. We're going to keep attacking, and that's our identity, and that's what we do. So it'll be fun to watch him this year.
Well, not bad stats. I mean, 19 touchdowns off 2,644 yards, and of course your offense is predicated on the pass. But that's not anything to sneeze at right there. Those stats.
Yeah, I mean, it was enough to still lead the conference, but, the goal this year is we've set a high bar. I mean, and like you talked about, we got a lot of upperclassmen. When I took over this program, that was my goal, was to grow kids up, and we've done it. We've got 32 upcoming seniors and juniors, and so that's a lot of talent, but also a lot of reps. Those guys have played for 4 years straight. And so we're excited to see what they're going to do in their senior year.
Now, we'll get to the other guys in a second, but I just want to make a comment about this. What you're doing also with this program, as you grow these guys, as you make sure they're student athletes, it benefits LaGrange College in a powerful way, too, to recruit these guys, bring them into a college that they may not have thought of attending had it not been for football.
No doubt. I mean, football is just a game. And the overall picture here is to see these young men grow up, become men, and go into the real world and be successful. And so they're only going to do that if they graduate. And so getting them to their senior year is important, and also important is just to see them do it successfully. When I took over the program, the team GPA was around a 2.0, and after this past spring, we are now at a 2.91.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
Our goal is now to hit that 3.0. So, I mean, for 140 guys to hit something like that would be a huge achievement.
That's awesome. We mentioned Connor. Let's talk about the guys he's got to throw the ball to. Of course, leading that, you got to talk about Irvin Zoji and Marcellus Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the fun group to watch right now because they're the touchdown mafia, and there's 5 of them, and they're all seniors. You got Lavelle Meeks, OG, Patrick Gooden, Marquise Levitt, Marcellus Jackson, Josh Hardrick. These guys can score from anywhere at any time. And last night my dad got to witness it. I mean, we had 2 huge touchdowns. Well, I think one of them was 70 yards. The other one was 60. We were just a fingertip away from 3 others. And so these guys are going to be a lot of fun. I just, my big thing is I would beg LaGrange people to come out and watch these kids because, my plan is to stay out of their way and hopefully not screw them up, so just let them get out there and have some fun and throw the ball around the yard.
Over on the defensive side, Brandon Penn coming in really as your leader on the defensive side. I think he did a tremendous job last year. That's a boy that'll hit you hard. Yeah,
Brandon Penn's coming off a great junior performance where he was all conference, and he told me the other day, he says, I want everybody, my legacy to be at LaGrange College is he wants everybody to know that the players on the other team got pinned. So he said he is going to lay the wood this year and he is going to hit some guys hard. And so, Brandon's one of those guys that has an opportunity. He's a physical specimen. He's 6'2". He runs really well. He covers a lot of ground. He's about 205, 210 pounds. And he will. He'll knock, if you come across the middle, he's going to knock your head off.
Oh, yeah. Let's take one more break. When we come back, we're going to close things out here from, I mentioned where we are. We're at Mare Soul tonight. Come on by, have dinner with us. It's a great atmosphere. We'll continue this in just a moment. Right now, you're listening to the Matt Mumme Air Raid Football Show on Eagle Sports.
When you choose a dentist, you want to know that you made the right decision. So where do you start? Go to BellDentalCenter.com. That's the right way to begin to know Dr. Bell and his staff. And then drop in at 106 Corporate Plaza Drive in LaGrange and visit with the staff. And you'll know that this is the right place for you and your family. Bell Dental Center offers comprehensive dentistry with an emphasis on aesthetics, restorative treatments, mini dental implants, root canal therapy, sedation dentistry, as well as Botox and Juvederm treatments. Bell Dental Center. Visit their website at BellDentalCenter.com.
Where can you be a star athlete and a math superstar? Where can you prepare for graduate school or your dream job and make friends for the journey? Where can you challenge your mind and inspire your soul? Experience a transforming education at LaGrange College, one of the South's most affordable, highly ranked institutions. Learn more at lagrange.edu/transform.
Calling all area coaches. Calling all area coaches, high school coaches, travel ball coaches, and more. Mud Creek Team Sales is now selling sporting goods like Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell for travel teams, football, baseball, basketball, soccer, and more. For more information, call Mud Creek Team Sales today at 706-884-5592. Call Coach Jeter or Greg Hicks. Calling all area coaches. Mud Creek Team Sales with all your sporting goods. Wilson, DeMarini, Louisville Slugger, Rollins, and Russell. Mud Creek Team Sales, a proud sponsor of today's game.
I don't know about you ladies, but I love to keep my car clean. The only problem is my schedule. I just don't have time to wash it myself. But I have found the place to go. The LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. They have great prices, and I always feel comfortable there. They do an amazing job. And if that's not enough to get you to give them a try, they also get you in and out in no time. LaGrange Car Wash on Vernon Street in LaGrange. Open 8:30 to 6, Monday through Saturday. Just look for the giant gorilla at the LaGrange Car Wash.
Now back to the Matt Mumme Air Raid with Jack Mormon and LaGrange College head coach Matt Mumme.
Welcome back to the first of this season's Matt Mumme Air Raid football shows. We're so glad you joined us tonight here on Eagle Sports. We're live from Mare Soul. We come on out here and have dinner. Man, it's a great crowd out here tonight. The food is flying and other things are too. But we sure do appreciate them allowing us to be out here.
Yeah, I can't thank Mr. Hudson enough and Chase for letting us come here and do this. And hopefully maybe we've now officially found a home. And it's a great crowd, great atmosphere, and great food. So we appreciate them.
Of course, now you just had the young folks playing with the President Provost game this weekend. We're looking ahead to next weekend, Labor Day weekend, and we'll travel to Birmingham Southern for our first game of the season.
Yep, first road game. So we'll talk a lot about Birmingham Southern next week. I think the most important thing for us right now is we got a few more days to hone in on our stuff and kind of figure out who some of the backups are going to be for some of these guys that we just talked about. And
you got depth. That's good.
Yeah, we're excited. And like I said, we're going to be explosive on offense. We got a great running back crew. In the backfield, we got a kid that transferred from Georgia Southern that's going to play for us, and Jamarcus Holmes, who's a senior, and Nick Searcy and Drew Lewinsky, who were both freshmen last year, as sophomores. And so, just a tremendous group of guys. The defensive side, Coach Chambers has done a great job. We got a transfer nose guard, Ed Wright, 6'1", 290, can really stuff up the middle. Demetrius Rogers has been totally awesome coming off the edge, and our linebacking core looks really good, anchored by Kyrie Page in the middle and Shamar Schlappy on the outside.
I love Shamar Schlappy. I just like calling his name.
Oh, yeah, it's a great name, isn't it?
Well, Coach, I appreciate you joining us, and thanks to everyone out there for joining us as we get in the first episode down. We'll be back here, is it Monday, Coleman? We'll be back Monday with our second edition as we'll preview the Birmingham Southern game, talk about the President's Provost, and just get you ready for more LaGrange College football. Coach, thanks again. And
thanks, Jack.
We'll see you next Monday on the radio.